everybody, after a long 2-month wait for my brand shiny new unscratched pair of glasses, they finally came in and are on my face, and the glasses place gave me $100 off due to the long wait because they were only supposed to take 2 weeks. They took 2 months. And with this new pair of glasses, I have decided to switch from using a handheld magnifier to an electronic or a portable electronic magnifier for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. So this week's video is an unboxing and review of my first handheld electronic magnifier that's coming right up.
Low on vision, high on tech. circleoftheblindmice.com.
Hey everybody, it's Tammy, your friend, the neighborhood blind mouse that likes to babble about technology. And as I said in the intro, I have finally made the switch from a regular handheld magnifier like this with a light. Well, it's got a nice LED light. Made the switch from this to an electronic magnifier like this because I am sick and tired of having my glasses, my $700 to $800 glasses, scratched by the handheld magnifiers, because the way my vision works, I have to hold it so darn close to my nose and my glasses that even when I try my darndest not to make the magnifier get in contact with my glasses, it always ends up happening sooner or later. So like my last pair of glasses, I had them scratched within less than a year. So I'm like, you know what, I am going to spend a bit of money and get a handheld, or get a handheld electronic magnifier and see if that well, I know it will solve the problem because I won't be holding it up to my nose like I do with the handheld ones. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and review of the SmartLux II handheld digital magnifier or electronic magnifier. Let me get you the proper title here. Actually, let me sit down on my computer and I will read you the little blurb that's on the CNIB's website about this. So I got this from the CNIB, and you can check it out on their website, cnib.ca. And so this is the SmartLux II Digital Portable Video Magnifier is technically what it's called, but it's under the category of electronic magnifiers on the CNIB's website. So the full price retails for $595, but thankfully due to CNIB's STEP program, you get a huge discount. And the product description is as follows. This portable video magnifier uses the latest technology, but it is still easy to use. The 4 control buttons are tactile and intuitive. Enjoy between 5 and 12 times magnification on a big 5-inch LCD TFT screen. Adjustable stand lets you read and write in comfort. And let's see, so it's got 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, or 12 times magnification, 5 different viewing modes. There is full color, black on white, white on black, black on yellow, yellow on black, and then there's got, it can capture images and store up to 20 photos at a time. Auto shut off saves batteries. Let's see here, 2 high-tech SMD LED bulbs are included. Hard foam carrying case, cleaning cloth, charger included. 2-year warranty. Weighs 7.8 ounces. I almost said 7.8 pounds, and nobody would be buying that. 7.8 ounces or 220 grams. It's 3.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches long by 1.25 inches high, or 9 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So that's the official blurb. Now, before I do my little unboxing and tell you or show you some of the features and whatnot, the reason why I chose this, well, let me back up. When I talk about this, I'm comparing it to 3 different other magnifiers that I saw. So I looked at 4 magnifiers in total. I looked at the SmartLux. I looked at another popular one called the Pebble. Now, I'm not sure if she showed me the Pebble Mini or the Pebble HD, although she did say it was HD. So she told me the other screens I was looking at were 3 inches. I suspect she might have been mistaken. I think I might have been looking at the 4.3 inch versions, unless they have upgraded the Pebble. It's possible that the in-stock demo models that they had at CNIB were the older versions, so it's very well possible that I could have been looking at 3-inch versions. When I go on the CNIB's website, though, well, they don't have the Pebble on the website, but they have the other one I looked at. I looked at one of the Optelec models, and she said that one was 3 inches. So I'll flash pictures up of these on the screen. So again, the Optelec with sort of the big handle, and then there is the Pebble, which also has a fairly large handle that you can put out to the side to hold it in your hand. But she told me both of those were 3 inches, whereas, as you notice from the description, this SmartLux here is 5 inches. So in comparing those, one thing I should let you know that this one here, the SmartLux, is not HD, whereas the Pebble that I looked at and the Optelec, they were HD, but I didn't like the fact that the screens were smaller. I also didn't like the big handle on the Optelec one, and the version she showed me, it seemed like the handle didn't fold away for storage, whereas the ones online for Optelec, they do appear to fold away. But I just didn't like the handle. I didn't find it comfortable. I found the Optelec one was rather heavy, even though it was 3 or 4 inches compared to this 5-inch screen. I found it heavy and after a while sort of uncomfortable to hold. With the Pebble was nice. I really liked the screen. I loved the fact that it was high def, because it made the screen more vibrant, which I really did like, but I didn't like the fact that it was a 3-inch screen. Also, when she showed me the Pebble, that handle that shoots off to the side, she showed me that it also can tuck in, but what she didn't show me, and I'll flash the picture up on the screen here, is that the handle could fold out away from the device for easier, use when writing. So I kind of wish she would have showed me that mode where the handle folds out from the device, unless again the older version she showed me didn't do that, but I suspect it did. We just never thought to fold it outwards like that. But still, I didn't like the fact that it was just a 3-inch screen. I'm really a big fan of 5-inch screens. So I decided to go with this one. Oh, there was one other Optelec version I looked at. It was a 7-inch model, and although it's portable, it's about the size of an iPad mini. It was definitely not as light as an iPad mini. I mean, it wasn't gargantuan by any means, but you're certainly not going to be putting that in your purse. You could put it in a backpack by all means, but for my purposes, I was like, no, I wanted to go as light as possible, cheap as possible, and as big a screen as possible while still being practical. And I just found that the 7-inch, for what I wanted to use it for, just was not quite as practical, and it was too heavy for my liking. So I decided to go with this. It was kind of the best of everything I was looking at. Big screen, cheaper price, because I think the Pebble was the one that it was $645 before the step discount with CNIB, and then the Optelec one that I looked at was $695, and then the 7-inch model, that one was like $1,450 or something like that Canadian before the discount. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for this one here, the SmartLux, because it was $595 before the discount. So let's get to it. Let me open this up for you here, and let me just stand up so I can make sure that I'm still staying in frame. So this is kind of a unboxing after the fact. I kind of cheated and I actually opened this already, but pretty much what you're going to see is how it looks when you take it out of the box. I haven't undone the case that it comes in yet, but this is the nice little box that it comes in. Picture of it. Let's see if I can. So that's one side of the box. This doesn't. Okay, that's just black. That doesn't have much of anything. This is all the specs, which I am not going to go through on here because I pretty much just read them to you. And then here's a couple of pictures, and I don't really have room to show you this part. Let's see if I can. There you go. So pictures of it on the side. So nothing fancy, nice little box. So we'll just put that off to the side. And then yet another box. How exciting. Alright, so let me just open that with hopefully not knocking my camera stand over. Alright, so when you open this, you get your, what was this now? This was the registration page. Or no, this was just the warranty. No, this was the warranty page, which I did not get because it was going to kind of defeat the purpose of the discount that I got. I'm like, you know what? Unless you're buying a television or something, I'm like, I'm not getting a warranty for this. But this, it's got information about the warranty. You can register and buy the warranty online if you want to. And I'm sure I'm looking at this upside down. Yes, I am. All right. All right. So yeah, the warranty. Let me just see here. Just in case anyone is interested in the warranty. So the warranty ranged from $79 for the SmartLux Digital, which is the one that I'm reviewing, and then there was okay, that's all the other different models, but yes, $79.95 for the warranty. I'm like, yeah, no, that would just totally kind of kill the discount that I just got. So no to the extended warranty, which is only a year. If it was 5 years, then maybe I would consider it, but not for just a year. And then if you register, though, you can get a 6-month. Am I holding this upside down again? Yes, I am. Geez, you think I was visually impaired or something. Okay, so yeah, if you register, you can get a free 6-month extension on your warranty. Plus, the CNIB lets you use it for a month, and if you find that you don't like it for whatever reason, you can bring it back for a full refund. So we'll just put that off to the side. Alright, so then we have some nice protective foam. We've got the device, which I'll come back to in just a second, so I'll just quickly show it to you. Alright, so we'll come back to that. And we got some foamy stuff here. We have got the instruction manual or user's manual, and I was really impressed. This comes in, I think it was like 7 different languages. Some of these languages I don't know what they are, but there's Deutsch, which is German, there's English, there's French, there's Spanish, Italian. I know there's Polish in there, I think probably Norwegian, Japanese, and there was a couple other ones that I don't recall, but there are, let me just count them. There's 13 languages in this manual, so that's awesome, and that makes sense, right? Because of course, with the low vision community worldwide being relatively small compared to the general public, you know, it's not like you have like a dozen of these companies doing all these magnifiers, right? But oh yeah, there was also there's also Dutch in there, and yeah, I can't remember what the other languages. I actually didn't know what the other languages were. But anyway, so the manual, it looks pretty thick, but don't let that scare you because this is 13 different languages in here. The actual number of pages you're going to be reading, it's about 15 pages per language. So a lot of it you'll probably be able to figure out with playing around, but there are some helpful hints in there, so I definitely suggest taking a look. And let's see, what else do we have in here? Okay, and here is the case. It's a pretty heavy duty case. Let me just move this box Oh, no, there's more to come in there. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But here's the nice heavy-duty case. And I have not opened this yet. Although I did see the case at the CNAB, but I am opening this for the first time for you here right now. So it's a pretty nice case. It's hard. It feels like it's like a hard plastic. It's kind of like I'm not even sure what you'd call it. It must be. It feels like it's kind of like a vinyl. It kind of feels like a faux kind of fabric-y kind of feel. But yeah, I would describe this as vinyl, and it's got a hard plastic underneath it. It's got a zipper. See really now the one downside about this is there's no handles, so you can't like hoist it over your shoulder or hang it from your belt buckle, although it's kind of rather large to hang from your belt buckle, so I'm not sure you'd really want to do that. See if there's anything else special in here. No, not really. It's a pretty basic case. It's nice. It's hard, which is what you want, because if you accidentally drop it, you don't want to, you want to have a case that's pretty good. Kind of velvety in here, so it feels nice in the case. But yeah, so that's the case that it comes with, which is nice. Put that off to the side here. Okay. And then we have all the accessories that come with it. So it does come with a power charging cord and outlet. And what's really cool, which they mention on the description that it has the power charging, or the not the power charger, yeah, the power charger, the recharging cables. But what they don't tell you is that it comes with international charging cables, which is very cool. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this on my upcoming trip with me, just because I'm traveling very, very light, and this is pretty bulky, and I'm not sure if I want to bring almost a $600 magnifier with me around Europe. But if I ever did decide to bring this with me, this is freaking awesome. It's got, now I always get mixed up which plugs are which. Now I think this is the UK plug, but it's got a UK plug. It's got Australia, I think this, don't kill me if I'm getting this wrong here, but I know it's UK, US, Europe, and Australia, and I forget which is which, so I can't remember if this is Europe, or I'm sure you'll recognize, if you've got partial sight, you'll recognize which one is your own plug. But we've got this kind of plug where it's got two prongs that sort of diagonally point away from each other. And then it's got the three-pronged one where the top two are sort of flat, and then the bottom one is sort of, it's flat as well, but it's facing the opposite way. I don't know how to describe. I'm doing a lame job of describing that. But point is, US, UK, Europe, and US, UK, Europe, what am I missing? And Australia. And then here, I recognize this is the US, Canada one here. And then this one here, I don't remember again which one this was. I need my international plug with me because it would tell me this, but I mean, you all know what your own plugs are like. But point is the manual does state US, UK, Europe, and Australia. So that's pretty awesome. So what you do is you take whichever plug your region uses and you attach it onto this plug here. Actually, pardon me, I just grabbed the wrong piece. One moment. Joys of live video unboxing. Just one second. Pardon me. You take your plug of choice and you attach it onto this part. So this is your power adapter. Here's the power cord, and this little piece here plugs into the back of the device. And they say that it takes 2 hours to charge, and you get about 3 hours of on-screen time. But of course, if you change the brightness, that will affect, you know, how long you're going to be able to use it. And here is the cleaning cloth. And then they also have a little wrist strap that you can loop through. And if for some reason you want to carry this 5-inch thing from your wrist, which might be handy, you know, just so you don't accidentally drop it on the floor. What I wish though is that this could attach to the case. Okay, so here we go. So here is the SmartLux, and it's pretty simple. Like the description said, there's 3 main buttons plus this big button that looks like a pause button. That's actually the on-off button. And then you got your screen, which is matte, which is nice, so it helps with you know, minimizing glare. And then let's just see here. Okay, so I believe that this here is the power port where you would plug in the adapter to charge it. And then there is a little hole somewhere. Where did I see that hole? There's a hole to, here we go. And over here on the, for those of you who have trouble seeing what's going on in the video here, the device kind of feels like the size of a large, you know, phablet cell phone, except for the bottom edge of it is sort of rounded and sort of curved and is wider. And so at that base of the device where it's wider, that's where you're going to find these 2 little holes where you can thread that wristband through. And then it's also where you're going to find the port for charging. So when you're holding the device with the buttons on the right hand side, the holes for the wrist strap are on the right hand side, a little bit towards the bottom of that bulky part, whereas the charging port is actually at the top of the device but on the side where the bulky part is. So hopefully that makes sense. And then you've got back here, you've got your 2 LED bulbs, which they say do not look into them because you can actually cause retinal damage. We're all visually impaired enough without retinal detachment and all that fun stuff. So yeah, don't look into these lights. And then here is the camera itself, and it's nice. It's got a little bit of a crater around it to sort of protect the camera, so I like that. And then it's got here is the stand, which has 3 positions. So you've got it down where, so if you want to stow it away in the carrying case, the stand goes flat. And then the first position is the position for writing, and this is about a little bit higher than a 40-degree angle, maybe a 50 or 60-degree angle-ish. And then if you fold it all the way, then it folds out to about, I don't know, about 75 degrees or so. And that is for placing it flat on a surface if you want to like place it over a piece of paper and read it. Whereas if you have it on the 45-degree angle, you place the device with the base on the table, and then oh good lord, the stand. Sorry, I just lost my vocabulary for a moment. You place the stand leaning on the table as well. So I don't know if you can, how well you can see it on camera, but basically it sits on the table like this. If my hand was the table, let me move this away for better contrast for you guys. So yeah, if my hand was the table, it sort of sits on the table like this on an angle. So You can use it for writing like this, but what I find works better for me is to put it like this, and that way I can get my hand under there. And even with the way that I happen to hold a pen, let me see, do I have a marker around here somewhere? I did. So the way that I hold a marker, now I kind of hold my pens weird compared to a lot of fully sighted people, but I found that the way that I hold my pen is just the perfect angle. I can go like that. You could also go like this as well, but I found just the way that I hold my pen, I found that awkward because my hand hits the device. So for me, I found that I liked it this way, and the angle of the screen didn't bother me when I was writing. I was still able to see enough. And what I liked about it is, as I was writing, you know, for example, signing my name or writing something, what have you, I can then move the device with my hand. I just found it a little bit easier rather than having a device like this. So, yeah, so that's the angles of it. Put that pen over there. All right, so let's actually turn it on. So to turn it on, you just hold that little pause button for about 1 second or more, and then it comes on. You can put minimum 1 second. Okay, so we'll start it off in true color mode. So if I hold it away from my desk, you can see my desk in the background and the blue piece of paper. Here's my hand that you really don't need to see magnified, so I'll just stop that right now. So yeah, so like the description said, it's got 4 magnification settings. So the bottom button, which is the red button, it allows you to, it's the contrast button, so it allows you to change the contrast from true color to white on black, or pardon me, black on white rather, white on black, black on yellow, which is not showing up very well on the screen from what I can tell here. Let me try turning my light off above and see if that helps at all. Oh no, still looks funny. But believe me, this is a lot more yellow. Let me see if it helps if I bring it close. Okay, here we go. So if I bring it really close, that yellow shows up a bit better. It's a lot better looking in real life though, let me just tell you that. But so we got black on yellow, and then we've got yellow on black. Let's see, I'll bring it close so again it will look better. Sorry for the blur. So that gives you a bit of an idea as to the colors. So true color, black on white, white on black, black on yellow, and yellow on black. The contrast button turns the lights on or off. So if you have a glossy piece of paper below the magnifier, which will cause issues with the lights, you can turn the lights off. So again, that red contrast button on the lower right hand side, hold it for 3 seconds, it will turn off. Hold it again for 3 seconds, the light turns back on. And here are those LED lights on the back of the device here. Okay, so then the middle button, this is the magnification button, which also functions as that's the one that functions as the button to change the dimming. So first I'll show the magnification. So we've got the 5, the 7, the 9, and it helps if I was actually centered on some words. Let me try this again. Okay. So we've got 5 and this, okay, here we go. Okay, so 5, 7, 9, and 12. And also the manual does say that if you happen to have the magnifier in writing mode to be able to write something, then it's that the magnification is less. So it's 1.9, 2.6, 3.4 or 4.5 magnification if you have it in the handwriting position. And oh, hold on, there's even other Let's try this again. Actually, pardon me, let me back up. Sorry, that was the handheld. So there's 3 different positions. There's the contact operation, which is where it's laying down like this. Then there's the handwriting position, which is the one I showed you where you put the stand on the 45-degree angle. And then there is handheld, where you can hold it away from the page, you know, X number of centimeters away. I believe they suggested about 5 centimeters away. So let me get you those numbers again here. Okay, so those numbers that I just read, the hello, I just lost them, bear with me. So that 1.9, 2.6, 3.4, and 4.5, that is for handheld at approximately 5 centimeters away. Then the writing position, the magnification levels are 1.7, 2.4, 3.1, and 4.2 position. And then the maximum magnification levels, that would be the 5, 7, 9, and 12, are when it's in the contact position where you're having it over a piece of paper. So getting back to the buttons. So you've got the magnification levels, and then if you hold the yellow button, I'll just show it to you close up. So this little button with the yellow button with a magnifying glass on it. If you hold that down for 3 seconds, it will actually change the dimness of the screen. So I find I am having trouble seeing whether or not that's showing up on camera, but basically it flips from 100 to 75 to 50% brightness. And then the other button here, this is the camera button. So this is the blue button. It's got a little sideways picture of a camera. So the camera button, obviously it's to take a photo. So if I want to take a picture of what I was magnifying, let's just find some actual words here. So you just hold it down for, I believe it was 1 second. So it takes a picture. And if you want, you can store up to 20 pictures like the description said. And if you hold the camera button down for 3 seconds, it will then bring you into the camera roll where you can go through your pictures. Now, of course, I don't have a lot of pictures in here. If you press it again for another 1 second, it'll go back to picture mode. So let me just take a couple of pictures, just so I can get a couple of pictures to demonstrate what I want to show you. So I've got 3 pictures stored now. Sorry for the crookedness of all of this. So if you hold that down, it's going to bring you your camera roll again. If you want to delete the picture, you hold that red button down for a few moments, I do believe. Oh yeah, here we go. And it brings you the little garbage can. Now if you decide you want to delete it, you press the red button again and it will delete it. If on the other hand you decide that you don't want to delete the picture, then you can press either the camera button or the yellow button and it will go back to the picture. If you hold the camera roll down once you're in it, it will keep going through the different pictures that you took. So there you go, there's the 3 pictures. So this is the 5 times here. I find it glides really nicely across the page, and I found this one to be the lightest of the models that I was looking at. So it's nice as you're moving. I don't find there's a whole lot of blur. There's a little bit of a blur, but of course when you go like this to go back to the beginning of the line. But so there you go. Now it doesn't look in real life. There's not glare like there is showing up on camera right now. So apologies for that. But just trust me when I say that the text looks nice and clean and crisp. And even though this screen isn't high definition, I find the brightness works just fine for me. And I actually used this device to read the manual when I was reading it. So. Yeah, I guess I won't do a whole lot of scrolling on the page here because that's the darn light. Let me try turning the light off above, see if that helps at all. Yeah, no, see, it looks like it's, to me it looks like it's kind of disappearing, cutting in and out, but in real life it's actually not. In real life it's actually pretty nice. And so a couple things I really like. I find this device, it feels really nice in the hand. It's lightweight. If I did decide I wanted to hold it above whatever I want to magnify, I find that it's more comfortable to hold than, say, the Pebble and the what was that other one? The Optelect device. I didn't find those as comfortable, so I'm just switching pieces of paper here. I just want to try this white registration booklet to see if this maybe shows up a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still getting a bit of glare. I think that just can't be helped with digital on digital and all the bright lights in the camera. It's just not quite exposing it ideally like I would like. But let me see if I can hold it a bit closer. That might show you a bit better. See, so it really is nice and clear. So this is, see, I'm still showing it to you through the magnifier. I'm just holding it up here so you can see how nice and clear that really is. So let me just show you with the colors one more time. And I'm doing the magnification levels instead of the colors. One moment. Sorry guys, I only just got this like a few days ago. I got this like 1 day ago technically. So, and that yellow, here we go. So now, okay, that yellow looks nice. So that's more representative about how it looks in real life. Slightly different, looks a little more greeny yellow on my phone than it does in real life, but this will at least give you a bit of an idea. Slightly more accurate color-wise. Trying to get rid of that glare there. Here we go, this is the true color. That's that white on black. So there you go. So some of you are saying, well, why would you want to fork out for a device like this rather than just using your smartphone? And I'm kind of in that generation where I'm in between the old and the new. Like, I love technology, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have a channel dedicated to it. I'm actually going to turn this off now just so I don't kill my battery. And by the way, to turn it off, you just hold it down for a second and then it gives you that nice little goodbye screen, and then it's off. So, and by the way, if you accidentally click this button, the on-off button, if you click it for less than a second, like really fast, it doesn't turn on. So that's to prevent accidental, turn-ons in your bag and whatnot. But why would I want to buy this rather than just using my phone? Well, I still once in a while use an actual pen and paper, go figure. Like if I'm writing checks, if I'm filling out forms, and you're thinking, who on earth fills forms out by paper these days? Believe me, there's still instances where you have to. You might be filling out an application for a job that requires to be on paper. I know a lot of jobs are online now, but every now and then you find a job where they're like, no, apply in person, fill out this form. In the last year, if you ever have a health crisis like I did in the last year, oh my God, I had to fill out so much paperwork. I really could have used one of these. I'm about to fill out some more insurance paper to file some of my last minute medical claims. That's on paper. What else? There was something else I need to fill out that was on paper that I can't remember. But anyway, there's still point being is we're not completely in a paperless world yet. There's still times where you need to fill out paper, and one of these could just be really handy. The other thing is I find that when you hold a magnifier in your hand like this, especially if you're using your phone, I don't know about you, like my hands are pretty steady, but they're not perfect. And I find it really hard, when you're trying to read something, I find that when you're holding your phone above, it gets tiring. Like let's say you're at a restaurant reading a menu, I find it gets tiring having to hold, your phone over the menu, and it's hard to keep it still and level. So then the magnification level keeps fluctuating, the focus keeps fluctuating, not to mention your phone's battery. If you use your phone as a magnifier constantly, you are going to kill your phone's battery, and then you don't have your phone for other things when you need it. So I decided that, I wanted to get a separate magnifier that was separate from my phone and that was an alternative to the pocket magnifier, so I'm not always scratching my glasses. And I can, now that I have the Note 4, my biggest complaint about the Note 4 is the battery. Note 2 had an awesome battery, the Note 4 battery sucks. So I decided, I want a separate magnifier from my phone. But I really love this for, if I can't wait to use it at a restaurant for a menu, because it really, this rounded base here, it really lends itself to gliding the device across, the page. And let me bring back that user's manual for a second. Even in the user's manual, so like if you're reading a book, like an old style paper book, and yes, there are some of us low vision people that do that once in a while if there's a paper book that's not available on audio or ebook, sometimes we still do it. But it takes forever doing it with a magnifier like this. Still takes forever with a magnifier like this, but it can, it nicely glides across the pages. So here's like the crease of the book here. I find that as you're moving it across, it just glides across that page really nicely. And so then when you're on this side, you can just kind of go back and forth again. And okay, that was the first time that happened. That didn't happen when I was reading before. But sorry, if you don't know what happened, the stand just kind of unfolded as I flipped it back across the page. So that's the only one thing you kind of want to watch the stand as you're going backwards. If you're going against the stand, it gets caught on that and it will fold up. But I mean, you can just hold that with your hand. There's no problem. But I really like the fact that this rounded base just glides over the seam of the book here in the middle of the book. So it made it, and I was, at the seam here where the page kind of goes up towards the middle of the book, the magnification level changed a bit because of course the page is kind of tilting up there, bubbling up, whatever, but I still was able to read the page doing it that way. So I'm quite pleased with it. I think for me the 5-inch screen was the best option to go. I'm finding that I can actually some text I can use just with the 5, even though my handheld magnifier is a 10 times magnifier. I find with this big 5-inch screen, although it's technically 10 times magnification, because it's on this big screen, 5 times magnification on this is not the same as if this, pardon me, I'm saying this, I should be being explicit for those of you who cannot see what I'm doing. 5 times magnification on the electronic magnifier is a lot different than 5 times magnification on a handheld. And I find that the 5 times magnification actually seems like more than the 10 times magnification on my handheld magnifier. So I love the large screen. There are some of you out there who will hate a large screen and you would rather just have the 3-inch screen or the 4.3-inch screen, and that's completely understandable. Everybody has their own needs and preferences, but I know I'm not alone out there. I'm sure there's some of you that will love to have a 5-inch screen. So if you don't care about the HD aspect of it, this is not a bad buy at all, and it helps you with the hands-free and other uses, like with checks, for example. Here in Canada, they now have it where at the top of the check, there's like these little squares that you have to put the date in. I find those really hard to fill out, even with the little raised lines they put on the checks for the large print checks. So this is going to be really helpful in filling that out, and with all the paperwork I need to do in the next little while here, it's going to really be handy as well. One last thing real quick before my phone totally dies here is just want to show you how to actually insert the power plugs into the adapter here, because it wasn't quite as easy as just snapping it on like I was originally thinking. If you can see here, there's this little sort of half circle thing here. You've actually got to hold that down and press it down while you're pressing that down, here's, for example, the North American plug, the US and Canada plug. You've got the plug out to the left. I've got the circle thingy pressed down on my right, with my right hand. I'm placing this plug just in front of the circle. There's like these two little tabs here, so you kind of gotta get it so that it goes into there's these two little grooves here on the side, just in front of that circle thingy. So you got to get those grooves in there and then slide it in, and then let go of the circle, and then this the prongs here, the prong piece for the international adapter, whatever adapter you have, it locks into place. And then to remove it, you just got to press this circle thing again, and then just sort of pull it out like that, and it releases it. So just a heads up, if you try to just put it in like that, it's not going to work. You got to press the circle first. So just so you know, in case so you're not fighting with it like I just finished doing. So, and that pretty much the same process for all of these adapters. But my phone is just giving me a low battery signal here, so I think I'm going to end this here before it runs out. So thanks very much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Here at Circle of the Blind Mice, I believe technology enriches the lives of those of us with visual impairments. My mission is to help you learn tech, use tech, and embrace tech. Please share this video to help spread the word to your fellow blind mice, and if you're new here, please subscribe for new videos every other Saturday. Thanks for watching.